Over the years, we've secured quite a few medical contracts, and a big hurdle at the beginning was setting the right price for us and the customer. But with experience comes knowledge, and in this video, I'm going to share what we've learned and teach you how to create an accurate bid for a medical facility. This video is packed full of bidding gold, so you'll want to stick around until the very end. Let's start out by acknowledging that there are many types of medical accounts: dialysis, outpatient or ambulatory surgery centers, acute care facilities, and everything in between. All of these accounts require specific cleaning, and you must know what the scope of work is for each of them. Well, we've provided a few samples in the description below for your reference. Not all medical accounts are the same is really the point. In this video, I will explain how to bid the most common medical accounts, outpatient surgery centers. But before we jump into that, let me cover dialysis and dental accounts. These account types are not highly regulated by state and federal agencies. They are facilities that require disinfection at some level, but frankly, the customers are not held to a standard that require them to pay the price for medical cleaning. That being the case, I would consider both of these account types entry-level medical cleaning accounts. As a contractor, you still need to take the cleaning and disinfection seriously, even if the customer does not see the value in it. Consider these as practice. You want to learn best practices and apply them to your cleaning processes. To learn more about cleaning and disinfection procedures, head on over to our Train With Us videos. Greg is consistently creating new content that will help you. Now let's talk outpatient surgery centers. These facilities are popping up all over the nation, in large part because of the regulatory changes in hospitals. Within the last decade, Medicare and state-funded healthcare have changed their reimbursement policies for hospitals related to hospital-acquired infection, or HAIs. Prior to the recent change, a person that acquired a hospital infection following a surgery performed in that hospital was treated for the infection in the same hospital, and that hospital received a reimbursement for that treatment in addition to the surgical procedure. Now the hospital only receives the reimbursement for the surgery, and all of the other care related to HAIs are the hospital's expense. The pivot that hospitals have taken then is to decline most outpatient qualified surgeries and direct them to these newly created or existing centers. This has created a boom for this outpatient industry, as you would imagine. And if a person is discharged from one of these outpatient centers and acquires an infection there or at home, the hospitalization is now reimbursable to the hospital with little blowback on the outpatient site. That does not mean that the outpatient facility isn't regulated or required to provide a clean and safe environment. They absolutely are. They are surveyed annually and must comply with state and federal regulations. This is where the opportunity is for our industry. Companies that are able to train, track efficacy, and provide consistent services to these outpatient facilities have struck gold. I promise you, that is some gold, right? If you haven't watched how to bid commercial cleaning jobs, I encourage you to stop over there because I will be referencing it a lot in this segment. The formula that is explained in that video will also be applied here, but with some changes to account for the medical cleaning times. I'm about to give you some information that will transform your company, so hang on tight. Medical cleaning takes more time because you are now cleaning and disinfecting areas, not just cleaning. To do this correctly and responsibly, you need to get trained on operating room terminal cleaning procedures and medical touchpoint cleaning. You must know what the dwell times are for the disinfectants that you're using and purchase the best tools for the job. But I will leave much of that to Greg to explain in current and future videos. If you don't know what the time is, you will certainly underbid jobs, and you will not get accounts and or get yourself and the center into a boatload of trouble. This is why most people avoid these facilities. So what's different? General cleaning is one step and is basic surface cleaning. Medical cleaning is a minimum two-step process and is complete cleaning. ORs, for example, require terminal cleaning. Yes, keep that term in your pocket because if you do not use it, you will never get hired. Terminal cleaning is the process of fully cleaning and disinfecting a room from the ceiling down. An average terminal cleaning will take 1 hour to complete, so when you're bidding a surgery center, you know that terminal cleaning is 1 hour per room per night. Most centers are open 5 days per week, so that is a minimum of 5 hours per week, right? Well, this is just for those 14 by 14 rooms. What about the PACU, the sterilization room, soil utility, and let's not forget the biohazard removal? I know it sounds like a lot because frankly it is. Let's go into an example surgery center now. Before we get into the rest of this video, it would really help us out if you'd leave a comment below. It could be anything, a question, or even the city that you're watching from. This helps us to get our videos in front of more viewers. Thank you. As you can see on this building schematic, there are 3 OR suites, a PACU or post-anesthesia care unit, a sterilization space, soiled utility, 4 restrooms including 1 staff restroom with a shower, pre-op area, exam rooms, offices, a lobby, common areas including nurses' stations, hallways, and storage areas. As discussed in the last bidding video, you need to take a full building inventory, accounting for all areas by name, square footage of each area, and the type of flooring. All of this detail will make it easier to create a price when you get back to the office. In this example, we know the ORs will take 1 person 3 hours to complete nightly. What about the other areas then? Ideally, the restrooms and other sink areas are to be cleaned by different roles on the crew. We follow the team cleaning system, which is broken down into 3, sometimes 4 positions. First is the sanitor, who is responsible for cleaning all of the restrooms. Next is the starter, responsible for general cleaning like dusting, wiping down surfaces, and trash removal. And finally, there is a closer who follows the path of the starter and is responsible for vacuuming, confirming trash disposal, and shutting off lights and doors. For smaller spaces, the starter and the closer positions may be performed by a single person. In scenarios where specialized cleaning is involved, you may add a 4th position, the utility position, to oftentimes perform terminal cleaning. Based on this example and using ISSA standards, the person cleaning the restrooms, the sanitor, and other sink areas will take approximately 45 minutes per night to clean their areas. You now have the PACU, pre-op, sterile, and other medical areas. These areas require touchpoint disinfection every night. This takes a lot more time than standard office cleaning. If you have a production rate for cleaning office space, you should double it. Let's say that this will take another role on the crew 45 minutes to complete. This does not include floor cleaning or gurney cleaning. In this example, it would include touchpoint disinfection, trash removal, and biohazard disposal. The office areas, hallways, and exam rooms, another 15 to 20 minutes per night to trash and dust, light disinfecting. These areas still need disinfection, but not at the level of the other medical spaces. Your office cleaning production rate would go up in these areas by 1.5 on average. Let's not forget that you have floors to sweep or vacuum, and of course mop. That is a separate role on the crew. As we explained, it's the closer. Your production rate for this should be similar to office cleaning. Disinfectant floor cleaners are not required per state and federal requirements, but we always recommend the use of a neutral floor disinfectant cleaner. Okay. Wow, this is a lot. That's a lot of information. So let me simplify things for you a bit. I always bid these locations in an itemized fashion. Terminal cleaning separate from medical cleaning. Terminal cleaning in this example would take 3 hours per night times 5 days per week times 52 divided by 12 times your hourly rate. And that gives you your charge for terminal cleaning. This is an example only. The other work required at the site should be calculated now. I consider reality when bidding these sites. Most crews are comprised of 2 or 3 people. If I have one person locked away in the OR for 3 hours, then the other areas will likely be that amount of hours, whether broken up by 2 people or 1 person. So let's say 3 hours to clean and disinfect the other ancillary areas. It does not always work out this way, so run your numbers using the restroom person as an anchor. That's the sanitor. In this example, I made the restroom person 0.75 per day or 45 minutes. If that same person were to complete the trash out and disinfection of offices, that would be another hour or so in labor. Now that person is up to 1.75 hours. What's left? Sweep, vacuum, and mop floors, right? Based on this basic example, I could see another 3 hours per night for the other cleaning. You may want to add a little more time on just in case there are other responsibilities. To be safe, I would run this at 2 people 3.5 hours per night. Well, how will a proposal look then when you present it? Let's take a look. As you can see in this example, I created 2 line items so the prospect can easily see guarantee and understand what they are paying for. The other reason we love these accounts is the extra services. We recommend that you create a proposal for initial floor and carpet cleaning and then bundle in the services as a regular frequency cleaning. To be clear, this does not mean that you're doing these services for free. The customer is paying into the service monthly for the service that will be scheduled and performed in future months. Here's an example of what that could look like on your proposals. So on this proposal example, what you can see is that we've added a line item that states medical office cleaning. Medical office cleaning, when we present it, means all of the areas outside of the outpatient surgery center terminal cleaning, or the ORs. So in this example, you have a medical office cleaning number of $1,705 that is performed Monday through Friday after they close. The outpatient surgery center cleaning, that is the terminal cleaning, is going to have a number of $2,128. Now, I recommend that your utility role in ORs is a higher number, meaning that you're charging more per hour because that individual is going to be better trained and is going to be required to perform services at a higher level because it is so detailed. Then, as I mentioned before, the bundled services would be something like this: a bundled scrub and refinish done on a twice-a-year basis, and it has our square footage, etc., and a brief description below. This is a great way for you to present it to a customer so that they're clear on exactly what they're paying for. Instead of just giving them one big number on the bottom, you're breaking it up so that they understand what the total value is of the services that they're going to receive. As you can see, bidding medical accounts is detailed. It requires a vast knowledge of medical cleaning standards, a process for tracking, training, and most importantly, the execution of those services consistently. People's lives are at risk. If you are not willing to take on the responsibility, avoid these accounts. If you're willing to, the money is good and the competition is limited. Covering all of the ins and outs of medical cleaning would take hours of training. My hope is that this video has piqued your interest and that you continue to learn the industry, the requirements, and eventually make the money that you want to make. If you've made it this far, like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so that you know when a new video has been uploaded. Thanks for watching.